Welcome back to Candy's Classic Game Shrine, everyone, and today I'm going to bring you a sponsored gaming accessory review. This gaming accessory was brought to you by Ortz Gaming. They provided me with this awesome looking little switch case, and we're going to give it some further inspection. Let me give you guys a closer look at the box. So, according to the box, it offers full protection, it's lightweight, durable, fairly fashionable design, accurate cutouts to the vents and everything. Oh, it offers a game card slot and a nice stand. Instead of that one little measly kickstand, it looks like it's a wider stand here. So, I like the color. I like the splashes. Kind of reminds me of like Splatoon. And they aren't kidding. It's very lightweight. Feels almost as if there's nothing in here. So, this is it. Right off the bat, first thing that comes to mind here is the old Nyko protection cases that they offered for the DS and the Game Boy Advance. And that's not a bad thing, actually, for me. I find it very nostalgic and I like it. And unlike those, however, those were normally either just styrofoam or like a really hard plastic. This is like a nice, firm, soft plastic, semi-firm plastic. My cat's gonna inspect it too. Hi, Pookie. This is the kickstand they were talking about. Definitely much wider than the one on the Switch. The one on the Switch is pretty sad in comparison. But underneath the kickstand, it looks like you have a section for 5 games, which is awesome. Whoop, knocked over my water bottle. I have some games here we can put in to test. Alright, that's a nice grip. That one's a nice grip, it clicked in. The middle one's a little loose. I'm just gonna say that's a casting error perhaps. This one is fine. This one is just pretty much entirely loose here. Perhaps that was my error. It's a little loose. So the cartridge slots are a little... They'll hold the cartridges, but if you drop this, they will come popping out, I feel. So keep that in mind. However, this snaps closed when you're not using it, so you have a solid door over it. I notice here what looks like a bunch of vents. So you have nice airflow so your Switch doesn't get overheated. You have a cutout for your charger, your cutout for your vents and your game slot. And over here, I don't know if you guys can see very well, but you have your power and volume buttons here. Not sure why they went with this instead of a cutout, but we'll see if it works. Let's stick the Switch in and see how difficult it is. Real time, guys. Okay, so if it's anything like the old ones I've had. Awesome, start at the bottom. Boom, all right, that was a simple installation. Sweet. All right, right off the bat, it feels really nice. It really isn't that bulky. You get a nice extra bump here with the Joy-Cons. And if your Switch is like mine, where your Joy-Con lock is not that strong and your Switch Joy-Cons just kind of come off, this will keep that from happening when you're going in handheld mode, which is very nice. The screen matches, you know, the cutout. You can still get access to this camera. Your speakers are still right here. The game card slot and your headphones are very easy to get to. You can, yep, you can still get the game card out. It's a little tight, admittedly, but possible. Like I said, your air vents are right there. Let's try the power button. Okay, it's a little tough. You gotta give it a little pressure. Let's turn it back on and try the volume. Volume up is tough. Volume down is much easier. I think if they can nail down the amount of pressure needed, or if they can technically copy the amount of pressure that's needed for the volume down for the other two buttons, it would be spot on. This reminds me a lot of the phone case that I use, actually. I've been wanting a bumper style case for the Switch, and this pretty much is it. If you were to drop it face down, I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's gently plop that. It lands on the Joy-Con joysticks. But honestly, if I drop this, I'm more concerned about the screen being messed up than the Joy-Cons being messed up, because I've repaired busted Joy-Cons. Hello, Pookie. You doing the gaming accessory review with me? Oh, let's test out this kickstand, actually. Not bad. Let's push on it a bit. Ah, see. That is a bit of an issue. If it gets bumped, I would much rather... See the angle that stays at? There we go. If it gets bumped, you're going to get a kind of shoddy angle. However, that's much better than having it fall altogether. There we go. Actually, that's a much more firm stance. Now, flaws with this. Let's be real. I try to be brutally honest. I've given you the positives. It fits well. It lives up to the lightweightedness. I really do feel it's a durable design. I would much rather sacrifice the joysticks than the entire Switch if I were to drop it. And if I were to drop it on the back, honestly, I have no fear of anything really happening. However, if you do drop it and it lands on an angle, be prepared to mess up your L and R buttons on your Joy-Con. However, that's going to happen no matter what you have on your Switch in terms of a case for protection, short of being in one of those hard cases that cover it entirely. Do I recommend this product to people? Let's see. I'm going to play it, or play my Switch with it for a few hours and see if it overheats. Pretty much I'm going to kill the battery on this. And if it doesn't overheat, or if I don't feel it's that hot, then I give it my thumbs up. This is fairly sturdy. It's not, you know, making promises that it can't live up to, I feel. It offers full protection, pretty much, unless it lands at some weird angle. Lightweight, definitely. Durable, I feel so. Fashion design, I mean, that's fairly subjective. But, I mean, it's for protection mostly. Accurate cutout. Yeah, everything that I've seen in terms of cutouts, spot on. The card slot, okay, let's talk about this. The card slot can use a little bit of work. The card slots are a little loose. But again, that might be just my particular one. It might be a little casting error, something like that. It happens. And the stand can use a little bit of firming at the hinges. I feel that they are maybe prone to a bit of wear, so they should be a little stronger. But all in all, I would buy this if this wasn't given to me. Because I'm clumsy. Outside of, you know, the book bag and the purse thing that I have for this, I need something that while I'm actually playing it to keep me from destroying it, because I'm clumsy. I've said this before and I'm going to continue to say it. I'm clumsy. Alright, I'm going to put this through a few hours of gameplay and see if this fries or overheats or warps, because I know if it gets overheated that the Switch might warp. So let's give it a try. Alright, well, I'm happy to report that it did not overheat. We're going to take it out of the shell now to see if it warped. And also to see how difficult it is to remove from the case, because that's pretty important. I hate getting things that go on pretty easily, but taking it off is just a pain in the ass. So let's see. These are exposed. I'm going to push on that. Push that forward, maybe. Ah, see? Game card fell out when I was trying to take it out of the case. So, that goes back to what I said about that. But taking it out is fairly easy. You're gonna have to, or you're not going to have to use like a special tool like you need for my phone case. Personally, I think in some areas it could use work. I feel that the power button and the volume buttons need a little bit of work on how much give they have. I think if they were either slightly less stiff or just cut out entirely, I think it would be much better. I think the cases or the slots for the games need to be much tighter. These are a little too it's a little too loose to properly hold them in without them falling out. And I think maybe add a little bit of stiffness to the kickstand slash slot door. Oh yes, and before I forget, no warping. Perfectly straight. So that was my review of the Ortz Gaming case with stand for the Nintendo Switch. If you guys enjoyed the review, let me know with a thumbs up. And until next time, guys, take care.